Alright everyone, Sean with the Sinister Fountain Pens again, and we got some more mail, this time from Massdrop. So we're going to check out, see what we've got here. I love getting mail. This actually got delivered to my old apartment, and it took me a little bit to actually get it, but we were victorious. In here we have an invoice, and you know that logo, Lamy design, made in Germany. I am very, very excited about this. This has been one of my pens I've been looking forward to for quite a little while. And I'm going to sneeze here. Sorry about that. This has been a pen I've wanted for quite a while, and I've been holding off just because the money wasn't right and the timing wasn't right, and I do have a wife and a mortgage and cats, and so it just had to wait. But it's here now. So open it up here, and yes, that is the oft-coveted Lamy 2000. I am so glad I got this. Alright, let's see here if there's anything exciting. This is not the box I was expecting. They have a different kind of box. I'm going to go off screen for just a moment, see if I can find a different box that I was expecting to come in. Sorry for the delay. Now, before, my understanding was they came in this kind of a box with the logo and with the logo actually being the closure, and that's not what it came with. It came with this box. So if we lift out the insert, we've got the paperwork. Now, I haven't looked over this before because I've never actually bought a brand new Lamy pen, but I think this just goes over the models and filling instructions. That's all there is to that. Alright, the pen, they better send me the right one. Yes, this is a medium nib. Apparently, a lot of people were getting fines when they ordered extra fine and vice versa. This one, I ordered a medium, I got a medium, so I am quite content with that. And this is the Macrolon version, as you can plainly see. I am very, very happy with the looks of this. Hopefully the light catches it, but we've got a well-polished top there, and then we've got the solid springed clip. It says Lamy right there on the side, and then the brushed Macrolon looks really good. I love how the thing that they do at the end is the finishing. So they will actually use an abrasive to create these long lines in the material. They brush it all together so you can get this perfect effect where you cannot feel the difference. You can see a little bit of a divider between where the actual break in the section and the body is, but you can't feel anything right here where it's visually broken. The ink window is really clear, and then down on this end you can barely see. I can feel it a little bit with my nail, but you really can't see the turning knob until you actually move it, and that's really smooth. Obviously this is just greased. I never actually figured out if you could see the piston through the... Oh, you can see it right through the ink window. Look at that. That's very neat. Now there is a little play in the knob. I can feel, and you can see in the ink window, it takes a little bit of movement in each direction to really get that piston to move. I'm guessing so that it seats really properly. We also have the fill hole in the bottom, and then I'm not sure if this is platinum or palladium or what, but it's a coated 14 karat semi-hooded nib. And let me check my positioning here. I'm going to zoom out again. And it's really comfortable to hold, very, very lightweight. If I try to, oh, and then it's got the silver on the back. I forgot about that. If I post it, I do like it better posted, I think. Yeah, definitely going to want to post this pen. It seats fairly firmly. And if I'm holding it properly, my index finger rests right on that silver peg that is used to hold the cap on. It doesn't really bother me. In fact, I might use that just as a locating point to really make sure I'm set up on the sweet spot. So, yeah. Let me get it set up for a writing sample. I am going to flush the pen rapidly because they do dip test every single pen before it leaves the manufacturer in Germany. And so I want to clean it out before I add any new ink. When I come back, we're going to fill it. We're going to do a writing sample. Alright, so we are back. The pen has been fully cleaned out, our Lamy 2000, and we're going to ink it up. Now, this may look like a bottle of Pelican Edelstein Sapphire, but it is not. This is actually a bottle of Private Reserve Electric DC Blue that I just didn't like the bottle for, so I went ahead and put it in this one. I got this from Goulet in their dirty bottles section. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the cap off the pen. I'm going to go ahead and completely empty all air out of the barrel. I'm going to open this very tightly closed bottle of Electric DC Blue. I love this color. The sheen is awesome. And we've got the filler hole here at the bottom. I'm going to make sure that faces downward. Stick it in the bottle. I'm going to lift the piston up, get as much ink as I can. Now I'm going to completely empty it out again. And refill it once again. That helps get as much of the air out as we possibly can. Prevent any major accidents by closing that up. And then we're going to wipe any residual ink off that we can. Seems to want to stick to this section a little bit, but you know what, that's okay. This does not have to be perfect. Alright, so we've got our pen all inked up. You can see a little bit of the blue on there, but that's okay. And we are now going to do a writing sample. So we'll put that away. And we're going to start with the review I did last week was on this Wanderings Fodori Traveler's Notebook. And let's see if we can zoom in a little. Nope, that's all the zoom I can get on this camera. Alright. It seems to start up a little bit. There's a little bit of a stall there, but I might not have the sweet spot yet. This is literally the first time I've written with this pen. Alright. Does seem to be some line variation. Hopefully you can see that well. And if we do what would normally be a cross stroke, yeah, I think it's just getting there we go. Now that the feed is properly saturated. Yeah. Now as for the sweet spot, I'm not, okay, there we go. Rotate it a little bit. Okay. Best sweet spot seems to be with my finger right on that little spot. Again, that doesn't bother me. It's hardly there. But yeah, it's giving very consistent flow now. Alright, so now we're going to check it out on a different type of paper. This is my Rhodia dot pad. It's a number 16. I normally avoid using this paper for anything pretty much other than testing or with very specific inks. Because I'm left-handed, we run major risk of smearing and covering our fingers and palms and all of that. So I will do a test with this. I'll probably use more of the right side of the page just so that you can see, and hopefully we'll get some really good sheen. I tried to set up the lighting just right for this, and we will see, because this electric DC blue really does have a nice red sheen that comes out of it if you catch it in the right light. So let's just start out by trying to push the nib a little bit, see what kind of range we can get. You can get some very definite line variation. I'm not going to push this too far because it's not a soft nib, even though it's 14 karat gold, and it can be sprung fairly easily. I'm getting very consistent flow, which is nice. And it seems to be coming out quite well. You can start to see a bit of the red sheen at the top. It's going to take a while to dry. This is a very, very wet nib. As you can see, I love this color. Alright, well, that is my review of the Lamy 2000 medium nib. I think this is going to be definitely in my workhorse carry. Right now I've been using my VAC 700 by TWSBI and my Diamond 580 by TWSBI as my workhorses. I always keep in here Noodler's Manhattan Blue, and in this one I keep Bay State Blue. Kind of ironic that I've got all three pens with blue right now, but that is quite honestly, most of the inks I have are blue ink. When I write documents or things like that, I want to be able to see immediately whether it's a copy or an original, and blue ink just does the best for that. So I'll put that in my blue carrier. That'll be with me whenever I do any major writing. You can definitely see in the top row some of that red shading coming out. And yeah, I love this pen, love this ink. That's all I've got for you. I will be putting more photos, high resolution photos, in the blog post at sinisterfp.blogspot.com. So head over there and you can see the rest of the photos and any wordage I choose to add at the time. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.